You can't compare apples and oranges, but you can compare Apple and Raspberry. That's Apple Computers and Raspberry Pi, the $35 Linux computer. I'm Brian Jackson. This is Express It. I remember the first computer my family got when I was a kid. It was a 386 processor that came in a large box, made loud beeping sounds when I turned it on. At first, these sounds and this gray box were a mystery to me. It took forever to boot up. When it finally did, it showed me a cryptic MS-DOS environment. Soon, my curiosity about this funny box and these weird sounds it made had me wondering, what's going on in there? And peeking under the case. I quickly learned how to navigate DOS to find the games I like to play. Before I was 13, I was installing faster modems and building websites by writing HTML. Kids today aren't able to do what I did. Computers are now completely sealed up aluminum boxes. They're impossible to open. Thanks a million, Apple. You can't even swap out the battery on an iPad, let alone upgrade a component. Mark Surman thinks the same way. He's the director of the Mozilla Foundation. He says encouraging kids to tinker with tech is important. Even if kids do love to play with shiny new toys, like the iPad, they don't know how it works. Understanding those basic mechanics of computers and the web can make a difference. It serves as the foundation for coding a piece of software or building a business. That's why the Raspberry Pi is so refreshing. This UK-based foundation has a mandate to produce a truly personal computer. It's a charity that wants to make it normal for kids to explore technology again. They're concerned about the lack of student interest in computer science. They think creating the right toy to play with can change things. The result is this simple circuit board. It's small, but it has all the components needed for a typical computer's operation. You can surf the web, watch HD videos, or organize a photo collection. And unlike Apple, the hardware is exposed for the user to see instead of being sealed behind an impenetrable metal shell. The Raspberry Pi invites users to experiment with the hardware. On the website, there are forums dedicated to helping users ready to break out the soldering iron. The maker philosophy doesn't stop at the hardware. Toronto's own Seneca College has designed a Linux operating environment for the Raspberry Pi. This open source software not only gives us what you'd expect from a modern computer, but it encourages us to make software. That's much different from Apple's walled garden approach. It forces its users to buy and install all software through the App Store. You can't even install apps not deemed worthy by almighty Apple, let alone contribute your own creation. Apple's products and the Raspberry Pi are two different approaches. One is a high-quality consumption experience, and the other is an educational tool. But in a technology age where you can't even peek inside the case, thank goodness someone is thinking of the children. For Express It and itbusiness.ca, I'm Brian Jackson.